Facebook, also on YouTube. Thank you for coming in. It is another beautiful day that the Lord has made, and we are going to be glad in it because, again, God giving us this opportunity, that means He has a purpose for us. So we should always be glad, no matter what's going on around us. It could be probably things are not going well in your marriage or business, employment, any part of your life. To have a great day, it does not have to be a great day. To have a great day, it's what you set forth for yourself. No matter what I'm going through, I'm gonna be happy anyway because you can give yourself happiness. I know people say that sometimes money can give you happiness. I've seen poor people be happy more than rich people. So it all depends on how you view it and how you give yourself the happiness. So today it is Mother's Day. If you are watching and you are a mother, thank you for giving birth to us and happy Mother's Day. It is a beautiful day for you guys. Hopefully, you had fun wherever you are. We did have fun at church. It was a good service. The mothers carried the whole service, and afterward, we had some little dinner. So it was good. It was good. We had a lot of conversation. So hopefully you had a good Mother's Day where you are. And today we have a guest coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. He's gonna introduce himself to us later on. But let me remind you, if you are watching this and you are on Facebook, hop in on YouTube and make some comments because Facebook, after 30 days, this video will be deleted. Okay, so but if you happen on YouTube, your comments and everything will stay there, so it can help other people who might have the same question, and then seeing them answered here on this podcast. Tonight we are going to talk more about AI, and I'm sure you know AI. You've been hearing about it, and our guest is more knowledgeable. I don't know if I know anybody else that knows AI more than me or than anybody that I know. So he's a very good man and he's very intelligent. I don't know. I think I'm not worthy probably to speak to him, but he gave me the grace. Right? But yeah, we will talk a little bit more about AI, how it can influence our life negatively, also positively. But I want us to know more how can we use it positively, how can we make most of it, how can we make money out of it, or how can we benefit from it. And also it's good to know the bad impact it brings because AI, in my understanding, someone can make a copy of me and say things that I did not say. I could be in jail, for something I did not do because that person could be exactly me, that they made a copy and my voice could be exactly my voice. I can go to court and do all these things like that, but I'm already impacted. So we hopefully our guests will kind of deepen into that and how we can avoid that. If it is avoidable, I don't know, but if it is, what are some steps we can take to avoid that if it is avoidable? If it is not, then how can we be careful and how can we, be more intelligent like AI? Sometimes if you want to win somebody, you got to be like them. Especially this AI. If you don't know AI, AI knows you and will use you. But hopefully, if you know AI, then we can use it, for our benefit and to make sure things, are going smoothly in our life. So, without further ado, let's dive in and welcome our guest. Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me
Should I
okay?
say Francois is it's a French. How do we say this in English?
Well, in English, I tell people to call me Francis.
Francis.
Yeah,
Okay. And
Yeah.
and you're comfortable with that?
I, well, I will. I would have preferred a traditional African name, to be honest.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay.
but there is a little history behind my name. I have
Okay. Do you
a
wanna? Do you care to share with us? That
quickly,
little
very
history.
quickly. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. When my dad was young, there was
Mm,
a person that raised him. Now, I'm not going to the all background, but my dad is from Tanzania. But there was this
mm,
person that raised him, and the guy happened to have come from Congo. And this guy's name was Francois. And
mm.
that's how I got the name. So when I was born, the guy said, nobody else is naming this child. I am going to name this child. And
Yeah.
that's how I got the name.
That's really good. That's really good. And is there any meaning behind Francois?
Other than some kind of name coming
Yeah.
out of France, I do not know. That
Mm,
I do not
yeah.
know. But this person I'm named after, he was a very hard-conned person, very good person,
Mm,
very good guy.
yeah.
Um, one of those people that goes out of their way to help others.
Right. That's really good. Francois, for those who don't know you, who is Francois?
Well, Francois is the person you're looking at here. It's
Yeah.
me. What you're looking at is what you get. Um,
Yeah, but there is a lot than what we are looking at there.
right,
We have
right.
some wisdom there and deepen a little bit. If we want to know Francois, what does he do? Is he married? Is he single? We could have some single women here looking at you, be like, okay, I mean, they might ask your number later on, but I mean, we want to know if you are on the market or something, or if off the market.
Yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so let me double clicking into that. So Francois,
Mm,
I
yeah.
am I am a son of Juma Arthanas,
Okay.
second out of seven, and um, just like you, Mister Seth,
Yeah.
came here in the same boat, basically. Uh,
Mm,
came from a refugee camp and landed here in 2008, um, and from there did everything everybody else do
right.
in this country. Go to school. That I managed to actually enjoy school, and
Mm,
that came out of that I told this story that my parents didn't happen to go to school, which I
yeah.
think you and I or some of the people that might be watching this can resonate with that. So, but I remember when I was a kid, he had lived with people that went to school, and
Mm,
our
yes.
our people in Africa, when they went to school, they'll make sure you understand they went to school. Um, so this one time, he set us down and he was, talking to us the way, as a father, you talk to your kids,
Yeah.
and he said, if any one of my kids will go to school, I'll rather sell the pair of my shoes and the pair of my pants and put them to.
Mm.
And this, I was a kid, like a teenager, when he was telling us this. And
Were you here in the United States or were you back in Africa?
we had just got here, not
Okay.
long,
Yeah.
when we had just got here. And he mentioned that, and somehow it clicked. It clicked. But I had always enjoyed school. When
Yeah.
in Africa, I had always, like one of those kids that when they go back home, they try to study. Uh,
Mm.
so you really didn't see that whole lot back there. So a guy here went to school, went to high school here, finished that, went to college here, finished a 2-year program, um, associate degree in tech, network management,
Mm.
network engineering to be exact. Then I thought it wasn't that bad because I had a counselor in high school who said college is not for everybody. I should just give it a try. So I was just trying it out. I was just
Obviously, it was for you.
well, obviously, I learned that it's the only way out. You know,
Mm.
for me, at least I can say that. Um, so went back, got bachelor, went back, got masters, and now I'm working on my PhD. I should be wrapping
That's
that up.
good. Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you. But
Yeah.
married,
Yeah.
6 kids. One of the
Yeah.
reasons
Single
why,
ladies. He's now in the market. So,
no, I'm definitely off
yeah,
the market. Uh,
that.
I know what one of the reason why I push so hard with this school stuff. It's
Mm,
your responsibility. So if, you're being married and you have
yeah,
people that look up to you, you got mouth to feed.
a
You
lot
don't,
of them.
yeah, you don't just walk
And I
around. You ain't got responsibility.
and I know you have a family like mine, a big one.
I
Yeah,
do. I have 6 kids. How many do you have?
I have a six, and the seventh is on the way.
My
Yeah,
man.
we are on the same boat.
How good.
Yeah, there's no time to sleep. You sleep nowadays, things. Yeah, you wake up and things are chaotic. You just gotta do whatever you gotta do.
No, I
Yeah.
can't. I can't compete with you. You are a pastor, so pastor know their way around. So I need to talk to you. Slow down.
No, don't slow down. I mean, it's yeah, there is a benefit to it. Maybe we can sit down and talk about it. But Francois, you are one of the many people that I know from, like, they are immigrants, and they are very successful, and you have been successful, man. And I remember you and I knew each other back then, back in the days when we were doing videos, videography, choirs, music, movies, and things like that. You worked hard on your way out. So someone might be listening right now, and they are immigrants, and they are trying to figure their life in the United States. They probably tried a lot of things here and there, and they have not cracked the code. They have not been successful. What what do you advise them? How do we get successful in this country as immigrants?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what one of my mentor taught me,
Mm,
and that was there's no growth in your comfort zone.
amen.
And in this country, there's a lot of comfort, especially coming from where we come from. You know, where we come
Um,
from,
let me
having
let me interrupt you a little bit. They are one of the people watching. They are asking to increase your volume
mm.
a little bit, or your voice.
All right. Well, let me get close. What about now? Can you
Okay,
hear me okay?
okay. That's
Better?
okay. Yeah. I
All
don't know
right.
if you can do a little bit more than that, but yeah.
The microphone is literally right here on my mouth.
Well, probably the volume, but yeah, go ahead. Let
All
me.
right.
Probably I can do something on my end. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let me see if I can do anything here as well.
I can, I can't hear you anything at the moment. You are muted,
There you go.
and now I
So
can hear you.
I
Yeah.
was saying that if this becomes a problem, I can use another microphone I have
No,
right here. It's
I
fine for
think.
podcasting.
Please let us know, guys. If you don't hear it, let us know. But we have tried to do a little bit much better.
Okay. So I was saying that I
I
will tell you
think
what.
I think right now it's getting a little bit cranky.
Can you hear me okay?
Now there's some kind of a noise backgrounds here and there. You can come back to where you were a little bit earlier on.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I didn't set this one up, so.
yeah. Let's just go back to to the settings you had earlier.
All right, give me just a second.
Okay.
All right. What about now? Can you hear me okay?
Right now it's coming, but I still hear some background noise over there.
There you go. What about
There
now?
you go. I think right now it's a little bit better. Yes.
Better. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Apologies. And
If you can go back to all the settings, I think all the settings were doing fine.
yeah, give me just a second.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Take your time. Take your time. As my guest tries to figure things out, um, thank you for watching. If you are watching this on Facebook, please hop in on YouTube and make comments and ask your questions. If you have any questions about AI, if you have questions about anything, please, you are more than welcome to pitch in. We are on this topic where we're speaking. I was asking my guest about how can we as an immigrant, and I know most of us, most of you guys listening to me right now, watching, you are an immigrant, and or you know someone who is an immigrant if you are not. And a lot of them, they struggle and try to make ends here and there. And also, they might not be struggling, but we want to make our life, way up a little bit, make it a little bit better, be successful, earn more than what we are earning right now, do more than what we are doing right now, be more successful than who we are right now. I do believe that it is really important that we kind of look for resources here and there. I know a lot of successful immigrants here in the United States, including myself. And it's not easy. I mean, everybody did not just wake up and become successful. Everybody did not just, get in United States like we've been told. When you get to United States, you get money from trees, you get this and that. No, people worked hard to be who they are right now. Especially our guest tonight. If things can get a little bit better, we try to make sure the audio it's really it's a little bit good, or the system here. So we will do all we can to get to that. But thank you for watching. And I don't know much about AI, but I do know AI can be a good impact and a bad impact to our lives. Okay. And I use AI most of the time here on my podcast. And I'm also trying to learn AI in my business. So it can run my payroll, it can run the income that are coming to through online and things like that. And I find it so easier, but also AI can also be easy to hack. Our guest is really good with cybersecurity. He has a doctorate degree in cybersecurity. He's gonna talk to us a little bit more about us, how we can, how we can protect ourselves, especially if you have a business and you are using AI, as your payroll agent, as your financial agent. It can do that. I use both, but again, it's really scary how someone can hack it and then know you know, uh, your financial information. And if they can get into your financial information, things can be really bad. So we are gonna get to that later on. If you have a business and excuse me, you have a business, you are wondering why, I mean, how you can use AI to help your business, especially if you don't have a lot of money to employ someone to run your HR office. It's really good to use AI so you can it can do a lot of things. You just focus on your business, you focus on your part, and you let AI do whatever it gotta do. We see our guest is back, Mr. Francois. Can we hear you now?
Yes, I'm back with a new microphone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome.
All
Yes.
right. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah, this is really good. This is really good. Yeah, so thank you very much. I was interrupting you a little bit because of the our guest. I want to make sure our guest can hear you because I mean, you and I can hear you very well. But if my viewers are not hearing you, it's yeah, because we are here because of our viewers. So we want to make sure our viewers can hear you very well, and
Yep.
hopefully you guys can hear very well.
Yep.
Let us know if you, um, yeah, let us know if there is any kind of things that you might not hear from our viewer. I mean, our guest. Yeah, welcome. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
You were answering. How can we be how can an immigrant be successful in this country?
Right, right. And I was telling you that one of the quote that I've gotten from an immigrant who
Yeah,
happened to come from Liberia, who say this to me when I was going through the education system,
yeah.
who say that there's no growth in your comfort zone.
Mm,
And I spent a lot of time thinking about that because you don't hear that quite often.
Yes.
And the more I lean into trying to understand that, the more it helped me kind of truly
Yes.
push forward. But one other thing that he said to me, especially when it comes to the education side of things, was that, and I don't know who's your viewers, but hopefully I'm not going to be offending anybody. But he said,
They are
"Hey, look,
dots. They can
okay,
take this.
all right." He said, "You are black. You have an accent. Those things are against you. So if you're gonna go into this professional life, you have to be two, three, four times qualified than the next guy."
Wow. Wow.
And that really
That can
opened the
discourage
gates.
somebody also. Yeah.
Oh no, that really opened the gates for me,
Yeah.
because I was like, that okay, then now let's do this. But really, to be successful as an immigrant, I want to say it's a lot easier in this country.
Mm.
And some people will be like, okay, what do you mean a lot easier? Well, one, your mind is still fresh.
Yeah.
People don't understand, but this place, this United States,
Mm.
it's it's a very, I want to use the word dangerous place, but that's not the proper word I'm looking for. But it's one of those places that everything has been systemized.
Mm.
That if you don't wake up out of it, you
Or
know
if you
what?
don't understand the system,
If some people say it's called the American dream, the
right?
purpose of it is for you to be dreaming in this American dream. But the beauty of it is that when you are an immigrant and you come from the bottom of the bottom, getting here, it's like going to heaven. So
For some people.
the only way it's really up. So
Mm.
a lot of immigrants that come here, they become successful. I have a lot of um, African Americans friends,
Mm.
and um, when you're speaking to them, they will tell you a lot of their immigrants friends, they are doing well for themselves. And again, part of the reason is because of them, this whole mindset. And when you
Yes.
come right here,
Yes.
your mindset is still clear. You see things as opportunity, as others see them as, oh, this has always been here. They
Yeah.
take it for
Right.
granted.
Right. Right.
But
Right. Yes.
you come in, you see that, you're like, I can make something out of this. I can do this. I can do that, and eventually you make your way. For
Mm-hmm.
me, it was into the school system. Fortunately, that been going well for me. But that's not the only way. That's not the way for a lot of immigrants. But I think when you're an immigrant in this country, it's a lot easier to get ahead.
Yeah. But do you think that America is racist against immigrants?
Racist against immigrants. The topic of racism is to a human. Although I am changing my thinking around that
Mm.
recently, the past few months or so, but I think it really comes down to a human.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying the entire U.S. is racist against immigrant, I think there are a lot of nuance around that. That if I
Mm.
just say yes, it is, or no, it's not, I will be flat wrong either
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I've been in places where I have to say things 4 or 5 times because
Mm.
they are acting like they can't hear me.
They can understand you.
Yeah,
True.
they don't
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying.
I've experienced that. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of what I do a lot of teaching. And
Yeah.
when you teach, you're speaking most of the time.
Mm.
And Yeah, so I can't just say it is racist. It's not racist against immigrants because um, I had actually a white friend
Hmm.
who asked me an interesting question because he thought, um, the black people that are here, African Americans, the
Yes. Yeah.
folks that are born here and raised here,
Yeah.
that the the way they act towards regular African
African who just
Africans,
came,
yeah,
in this
it-
century. Yeah.
yeah, it's a little bit different. Now, have I seen a little bit of that here and there? Just just a little extent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to your question of is it's if you ask me, it's America racist, you know, flat racist, I would tell you
Yeah.
yes. I would
Yeah.
tell you yes, because I've
Yeah.
experienced that in buying houses. I've experienced that in some of these professional jobs. Oh yeah, absolutely. But again, it's to a human, not everybody.
Right. The reason why I ask you that question, you kind of mentioned it earlier that, somebody told you, you are black and this and this. So things you might need, to work harder than the other person. And a lot of us are focusing more on that okay, America is racist, so there's nothing we can do. Pretty much we can go up, pretty much I can do business because, well, America is racist, they're not going to support me, do this and that. So but I think if we focus more on America being racist, whether they are white or Asian Americans, Hispanics Americans, for me, yes, there are some racist people over here. I wouldn't say that America is racist, because if I say America, I'm including everybody. Like me, I am an American. I'm not racist, but when you say America is, I mean, I'm included. I live here. I'm a citizen. But I do believe, yes, there are some Americans who are racist and some who are not. I have a friends from both sides, Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans, white people, black people, and I'm gonna be honest with you. In my experience, I've have experienced a lot of racism from people like me, black people, not white
Mhm.
people, not Hispanics, not Asian Americans. I've received a lot of support from those, white, Hispanics, and Asians, but there's been a lot of hate, a lot of I can call it racism from my own people. I'm speaking, African Americans or even Africans like me, immigrants who came from where I come from, or part Africa in general. Okay, without naming a country in Africa. So I just don't want people to focus more on who's being racist to you, because that's gonna discourage you for sure. But focus on more. Okay, now there are racist people and there are some people who are supporting. Why don't we just focus on those people who support us, rather than focusing on those who hate us or who see us, that this color cannot go anywhere, because obviously we can go somewhere. We can do something better for our lives. So, but yes, America is racist, not all of us, but it is. But let us not use that as an excuse to not do better in life. Okay,
Mhm.
let's focus on go to school if you want if you want a certain career in college or in university, business, employment, whatever you want to do in life. Just focus on that. Don't focus on that. Okay, I can't do nothing. They hate me. They're not gonna support me. No, there are some really black people who are very successful, way successful, even if we live in this country that we call racist.
Yeah, I live in Atlanta.
Yeah,
I can tell you a lot of you see people that look like you that are very successful. One of the
yeah,
reason why I moved my kids
yes,
here because I want them to see that.
yeah,
Yeah, but to your point of it's all about the mindset. That's why I love that book.
absolutely,
The book of Think and Grow Rich. It all starts with the mind. Really, if your mind is corrupted, there's no help for you. That's
absolutely.
why you see Africa is the Africa we have. That Africa has no problem of okay, white folks are coming taking our stuff. Are they doing that? Absolutely, they are doing that. But why are they doing that? It's because the
Our
people,
leaders. Yeah.
mindset, it's not
Mm.
really where it should be. So when you fix folks' mindset, you really, really fix everything.
Mm.
This is why I have a big problem with anything that try to make you not think for yourself. I don't
Mm.
like it. Whether it's a church, whether it's this, is that, because when they hold your mind captive, you become a prisoner. And
Yes.
the worst
Yes.
part is you don't even know it. You don't know you are a prisoner of your own mind. But that end up being the case. So to your point of focus on the good that's gonna make you successful. If we're being fair,
Mm.
you and I know this. If we're being fair, there is no place where I will come where I came from and be where I am other than the US.
Amen. Amen to that. Yes.
That's what that is. You know,
Yes.
born and raised. We know where we're from, Tanzania. I can't with the where we come from.
Mm.
I don't see how you can become as big to the age that I have with the kind of background that I had. I don't see that, you know.
Mm.
So this land is not perfect,
It's not.
but
Not just this land, everywhere else. I don't. To be honest with you, everywhere else, I don't think you're gonna find a place where it's perfect like how you want it to be.
yes,
I
you
don't.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't. You
Yeah.
won't. You won't. But uh, it does open up opportunities for the talented ones, for those
Mm.
that are willing to um, work on their craft. It does open those doors up. Now, I'm
Mm.
saying that with a caveat,
Yeah.
um, because I've heard some stories of, you know, there are certain stages you get to where you have to have someone
Yeah.
up there to squeeze you in, no matter how talented you are, no matter what.
Right. You
But
gotta
for
have
the
connections. Yeah.
right, but for the kind of life we want to, you know, leave doing something good for yourself and your family, um, it's been good for me. So
Yeah.
I can't really complain.
Right. Absolutely. Now it's United States. I tell this everybody too. United States is the best place you can come and actually dream about something and fulfill that dream. It has resources, everything that you want. I mean, I'm not saying it is the best in the whole wide world. Okay, I have not been, in other places other than here and where I'm from, obviously Tanzania and Congo. But in my experience, you have a lot of opportunities. So you don't have any excuse unless you have a language barrier that would make sense. But I've seen a lot of people who don't speak much of English and are very successful than people who speaks a lot of English. So as as our guests say, it all depends on your mindset. One of our viewers saying that he would rather use the word discrimination rather than racism because he thinks that racism is race to race. True. Yeah. I
Well,
think he's right on that
I'll
one.
I'll I'll tell you a few things because when we take a look at this from the angle of where we come from,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you like a different perspective of this. You and I cannot deny that there's no systematic racism here. And after this,
Yes, there
then
is.
we
Absolutely.
can maybe move on to another topic
Yeah.
because I don't want to talk about it any longer. And I get myself in trouble. But but
Yeah.
you know, you can't deny that there is no
Yeah.
systematic racism here. There is.
Yeah.
Um, and we also as immigrants, this is another thing that I want to put on the record that we should recognize as immigrants. We have to be very, very grateful, not just us as black immigrants, but I think every immigrants, Asians, all of them. We should be very much grateful to
the black people that fought for
Absolutely.
these
Yes,
rights,
sir.
we
Yes,
take for
sir.
granted.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And
Yes, sir. Yes.
without acknowledging that and coming in and start telling people, I came in, I didn't speak English 10 years ago, but now here I am all this successful. You're telling
Yeah.
that somebody who was born here, raised here, who was born in the language, didn't have to struggle to learn the language. It kind of makes sense. It's like, man, you were born in this stuff. How can you not do better? How aren't you doing better? Right? But without, again, back to that mindset, without understanding that these people have been through so much
Yeah.
that have corrupted their subconscious mind, where things are now tattooed into their brain. That there has to be some type of a re-education of some sort, to the point where folks will see these opportunities.
Yeah.
So basically, all I'm trying to say is the, there are different perspectives depending on who is speaking and what's their background.
Absolutely.
When I heard someone who mentioned that we as human we're our product of our environment. So where you were born and raised, that's what makes you who you are. So for us, if we come here and then we say what we just finished saying, it that's the truth. That's the
Absolutely.
truth because we are
Absolutely.
living that. We are living that.
Yes.
But also to the people that went through a lot, to the people that had to fight to the nail, to even get some of the laws passed that can allow immigrants to come in, that can protect folks like that look like you and I to
Yeah. We
be in
salute
the
them. I salute them
yeah
for sure.
to be in the
Yes.
same bus
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
the rest of folks. Forever grateful. So
Yes. Amen.
just want to put that on the record.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, I think one day, yeah, we will do this again and focus on immigration because I think it's it's going to help a lot of us here. But that's not what we came here for, folks. Thank you for coming in. If you are just coming in. Thank you for coming in. This is the Kaburungu Show Live. I am with a guest, Francois from Atlanta, Georgia. Mainly, we are here for AI, and we are going to dive in just right now. But before I ask him about AI, he is also an expert in cybersecurity. Okay, sir, what is for us who don't know nothing about that, technology or cybersecurity? What is cybersecurity?
Yeah, yeah. Well, cybersecurity is
Yeah.
it's it's an industry. It's like saying
Okay.
healthcare. So it's one of those area of technology that you can specialize in. It's a career track. It's like going
Okay.
to school and say, I might not become a doctor.
Yeah.
You're becoming a doctor, but that's part of the healthcare system. So in cybersecurity, it's the same thing. When we say cybersecurity, we're talking about the people that secure the things we use, the technology we use on daily
Okay.
basis, and that includes a lot of different areas. Like I said, the reason why I compared cyber with healthcare is because within healthcare, you can become a doctor, or you can become a
Yeah.
nurse, you can do all kinds of stuff, and even though you can become like a teeth doctor, an eye doctor, all kinds of stuff. So within cybersecurity, we have the same thing. So we do have a group of people that their job is to protect. We call them defenders. They protect the networks that the systems that you and I use. You buy things on Amazon. There are hundreds of thousands of people behind that website that are making sure your credit card doesn't get stolen. But at the same time, we also have a group of people within cybersecurity. We call them offensive folks, and their job is to find weaknesses into computer systems.
Okay.
And we call them the good people who knows how to do bad things. Basically, these are the people that can break into your banking account, and instead of stealing your money, they will tell you the weakness. They will tell you that look, this is the
So you are
vulnerability
saying
that
that
we
it's
use.
possible
Yeah.
for someone to hack into a bank's account specifically someone's, could be mine, could be yours, could be somebody's, that they can get, the funds out.
That happens on daily basis. Your bank and my bank, they can't hack into that because there's nothing inside.
Right.
If you're gonna go into the trouble of hacking, of stealing money, either from a
Yeah.
bank or from a financial institution, you're going for millions. So they're not going for a couple $1,000s.
But again, we might be that person in the future. So, but it's good to know as we grow how to protect, this little thing that we are, growing, because
Right.
we grow this little thing, it becomes a bigger thing in the future. So, and if we don't know nothing, we're gonna suffer the consequences later on. Oh, I wish I knew this when I was growing. I think it is good to learn as you grow. So when you get there, you already know what to protect and know what not to protect and how things. And I think cybersecurity and AI play the same role over here. So I know you specialize a lot in the cybersecurity, and for us, as we don't know much about you explained a little bit about cybersecurity. How can someone uh, benefit from cybersecurity?
Right. Yeah. So cybersecurity, just like AI, it's one of those things that I think everybody needs to have a little bit of knowledge of.
Yes.
You don't have to be expert, or you don't have to be doing this as a job like I do, but you have to know a little bit of it. And there
Yes.
are push right now, they're pushing this where it becomes like one of those core skills like reading and writing and
Right.
communication, where
Yeah.
you must know it to survive in today's world.
If I may
So
interrupt you, the reason why I ask this question, as you said, a lot of people, they are taking this, just a little low. Like this is not important for me. This got nothing to do with me. I am just, a normal guy. I go to work, I go home, I sleep, I go to work, I go home. But we also need to understand this world is changing. It's becoming technology more than it was. And a lot of things, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to go with the system. A lot of
mhm,
things in the future are going to just be, technology. Even the things we normally do with our hands, with our mouth, the things are just going to change. And if you don't want to change with it, I don't know what to tell you. So this is not, you might not want a career in cybersecurity, but again, this is not just for those who want career in cybersecurity. This is for everyone. How can you protect yourself? Because unless you plan to die soon, uh, you might need to learn something about it. If you're gonna be here for the long haul, then yeah, we really need to know how we can protect ourselves in these kind of areas. Yeah, sorry about that. I just want to make sure my viewers understand why we are talking about this. I don't have nothing to do with cybersecurity. That way they can know. No, whether you gotta do something about that, no, it it really impact our life in many ways.
ab- absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You and I have family, and
Yeah.
we have kids, and we give
Yes.
our kids smartphones and
Absolutely.
tablets. Right? You and I might not know what they're viewing on those phones when they're not
Yeah.
watching. Well, that's where cybersecurity comes in. Because right now you don't see it behind me. There's a little we call that a firewall. The vendor of it, it's called Firewalla. This is a little device that I have in my house where if I don't want my kids to be on TikTok, I can just shut down TikTok.
I need that. I need
If I
that.
don't want my kids to be on the internet around 9 p.m. because they go to school, I can just shut down the internet for just their devices. You know
Absolutely.
that's not hard, right? And that's not because you need to be working in cyber. That's just basic human hygiene. I mean, not really hygiene, more like skills that you need for your own family. Now that just me because I'm a little
Right.
bit paranoid,
Right.
but
Right.
even in your personal life, we are living in a digital age. You walk around with this cell phone everywhere you go. It's not like, oh, I'm not part of this. Everybody is part of this.
Yes, absolutely.
You shop
Absolutely.
online. You pay your bills online. You do all these
Especially
things
our wives, they
online.
do a lot of shopping online. Yeah.
Of course. So it does make sense for you to understand the basics, and those basics are really one on one. Meaning you
Yeah.
have to know, as I'm using this device, as I'm shopping, let me make sure I'm shopping with it secured. Right.
Right.
When they're sending me these texts and trying to scam me, let me double check that. Let me just not trust anybody who's texting me. We have an industry within cybersecurity. It's called social engineering.
Yeah.
What that industry is, its sole purpose is to play with people's psychology and try to get them to do something. What that means is that their job is to send you text messages, to send you emails, to send you all kind of things to get you to click into something that they've included in that email, in that text message, in that WhatsApp message. And right now, as you and I are speaking, 60% to 70% of all cybersecurity incidents begins with that. It's not that the technology doesn't work. The tech, once we configure the technology, it works
Yeah.
and they cannot get around it. So guess what? The best way for the bad guys to get to these computers is to trick someone, to trick the human into doing something. And that's what this whole social engineering is. And why this is important? Well, it's important. We train people that work for companies just for that. Because it's like I said, 70% of all the attacks begins with social engineering. Somebody getting tricked into doing something. Now, that same knowledge can be applied to your personal life. A lot of people that are
Yeah.
watching this probably have received like a scam IM,
A lot of them. Yeah.
right? Folks are promising you stuff. Folks are sending you links you need to click on. Folks are doing all kind of things. So knowing this knowledge,
Not
it's
just
great
folks. I, I
for
I-
you.
I've also seen this in companies. Companies doing false advertisements. I've seen this in many ways. Yeah.
That in cybersecurity, if I'm the attacker, I'm the bad guy, and I want to get to you,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do everything I can to get to you. Now, I understand Seth love church. Guess
Yeah.
what I might do? I might advertise stuff to church websites. I might advertise stuff on your own page to get you to click on it. And at the moment you click on it, I've done all my things in the background where now I can know your IP address, where you're located. I can track all kinds of things. I can trick you into giving me your email and to give me all kinds of stuff. And if you're using your computer and is not secured, in the computer, when you're using your computer or your phone, over there, there's something that we call HTTPS.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
protocol. It's called
Yeah.
HTTPS. The S stands for security. Now, right now, technology companies have pushed that. That's like the default. Every website, it's forced now. But imagine if you were not using HTTPS, you were using the regular HTTP
Yeah.
without the S. Well, if I get you to click on that link, I can do anything I want. I can steal everything that is in your browser. I can steal your session cookies. Like if you have your credit card saved in your browser, I can steal that. So it's knowledge that's needed. Unfortunately, there are a lot of push, by the way, to fix this using technology. Because I don't want to scare people off. You're like, oh my God, I got to become a cybersecurity expert. No, you don't. Right? The technology companies have done a lot of things to try to
To
handle
make
it
it better for us.
in
Yeah.
the back end. Yeah, but it's very good for you to understand the basics.
That's really good. And you touched a little bit about what you spoke a little bit about families. Like you have a firewall in your home. There was a story. It ran on the news for a couple of days. One kid was playing Roblox. How do you call it? Roblox, something
Yeah,
like
roadblock.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the tablets and some like things like that. And then you can play with anybody on Roblox. You can play with someone, anywhere. You don't know them. You don't know who they are. They act like they are kids, but they are an adult. So that person acted like they are kid. They was a kid, but was an adult. and then lured that kid to take a bus, you know, just traveling hours of hours, I'm speaking days, to another state to meet that person. But that person was just an adult, was not a kid, was an adult trying, I don't know what they were trying to do with that kid. And the parents spent, days and days trying to find that child. Okay, I did not follow up on this. Sorry, I don't know if they ever find that child or not. So it is really important, parents, if you are listening, you are a parent, or even if you're not, you have a brother, you have a sister, you have someone, that you love, that you care about, that they can be playing on these tablets, on these phones, on these games, that they could be playing with somebody that they don't know, but they act like they are, at their age. Anybody can lie how old they are. But as a parents, we really need to be very, careful about this. And that's why I want to do this show, so we can learn how can we protect our families, how can we protect, our wealth, or the things that we have. It could be little, but it is not little to us. It is big for us. If
Yeah.
they take it away from us, now we don't have nothing. We have nothing. Okay, so it is really important we learn about this. If you are watching about this, so I spoke about
I
only
want,
about AI.
I want,
Yes, go ahead.
I want to make a quickly comment
Yeah.
because I, I, I've never talked about this because I don't really like to tell people what to do. But I want to comment on it because I have a family. You have a family.
Yes.
Somebody who's listening to this might have a family. And about your bank account money being stolen, that's not something you worry about because it's FDSC insured. They insure you up to $250,000. A lot of us are safe in that regards.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be worrying about that. But what we should be worried about is giving our kids access to technology very early on. Look, I've been doing this for 10 plus years
Yeah.
in the trenches. Right now, my daughter is 11 years old. Like, that's why I say I'm going to share this. I don't talk about this stuff. And probably, hopefully, I will never talk about this. But I feel like the folks that might be watching this are my people. We're from Africa. So I'm going to tell you this. There's no reason whatsoever you should be, unless it's absolutely necessary. When it's absolutely necessary, I'm talking about maybe you and your wife go to work and now they have to have a cell phone because you got to check on them and all that stuff. Those situations do happen. But this whole idea of letting kids have their own devices and then you just let them have them all the time, that should be a no. Like I said, my in my household, this 11-year-old daughter doesn't have a cell phone.
Okay.
I have set a limit, age, when she's gonna have a cell phone. Okay. Now, obviously, I did buy tablets and things for them, but only once a week. And okay, I'm gonna get out of my house right now and just give,
Yeah.
give the advice. The advice I'm trying to give you is this: in the world of the internet, what you
Yeah.
just described with the roadblock, we call that a surface web. That's the stuff you see on top of Google, which is what 99% of humans see. Behind Google, there is what we call the dark web. The dark web, the deep web. That's where all kind of craziness takes place. That's where all evilness takes place. So letting your kid, maybe you're not tech savvy as maybe I am, or
Yeah.
and then you just you bought this thing, you just give it to your kid, and that's it. Every parent who's listening to this, you should, unless it's a must be done, you should take those things away from your kid. And I can give you like 10 reasons
Yes.
why you should do that right away. Couple. First of all, these algorithms, like TikTok's algorithms, There are designed with psychological tools in mind, where whatever the kids starts watching is what they keep pumping in their brain. And for those of us who had a chance to sit down in school, they'll tell you when a kid is still developing until they're like 8 years old, 8 or 9, everything they see and everything they learn goes into their subconscious mind.
Yes.
They don't forget that stuff. That stuff is what build their core. Now imagine your kid. What's building the kid's psychological brain? It's a bunch of people dancing, a bunch of foolishness that they've seen on tablets and phones. So I'm saying this not really to tell anybody to raise their kid. You can raise your kid however you want.
But it's a
that's
good
you.
advice, though.
But
It is. Yeah.
I'm telling you this because I work in technology. I've been working in technology for a long time. This is what I used to feed my family, and I kind of know what I'm talking about. And what I'm telling you is, unless you know your way, or unless you know what you're doing with this, unless this is the only way of doing it, you should not cut technology loose in your household just like that. They're gonna have eternity to do it. Technology is not going anywhere. The
Yeah.
world move on the speed of technology. You say you're gonna talk about AI next. The world
Yeah.
doesn't move unless technology moves. So tech is not going in anywhere. Just delay a little bit of all these people on the internet to giving your own kids all kinds of devices that you have no idea what they're watching or who's influencing them, all kinds of stuff. That's just not it. And I'll stop there because I might piss off somebody.
No, I don't think you are pissing off anybody. It's just that sometimes we don't want to learn about something because, as you said, not everybody like to be told what to do. This is how I want to grow, to raise my family. It's fine. Nobody's telling you what to do in your family. We are here to give each other advice. How can we do better in our societies? Because whether we like it or not, it's gonna influence us in the future. And guess what? It is the community who's gonna help you out. It is us who's gonna come there and help you out in that situation. If your child is going missing, now we're gonna have to, pinch in. Okay, how can we help to get that child back and fixing that? So I think it is really important for us to learn this. So let's dive in with the AI. And I said earlier that I'm using AI in my business as my HR agent and my financial, tracker, the money that comes in from online and things like that. But what is AI for those who don't? We know AI, obviously. I hope. I think everybody who's watching have heard AI here and there, and probably they are using AI. But for us who are dummy, what is AI?
Right. What is AI? Well, AI, one, it stands for artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And emphasize is on artificial, artificial intelligence. Intelligent is something that usually is traced back to humans. We are intelligent beings. We can change the way we think. We can do all kinds of stuff. That's really what separates us from the other creatures.
Right.
It's the fact that we have a brain and we can think and we can do various things. So what AI, what they try to do with AI is to try to mimic the human brain, giving the computer the capability of doing things that only the human brain was able to do. I'm not saying repetitive attacks. I'm talking about things that require cognitive thinking, right? Like where you have to think through it as an intelligent being. But they call that artificial because again, it's not sentient. It's not. It doesn't have a mind of its own. So without going deeper into the mechanics of AI, I'll just say that AI, when you're using it and you're generating the text, with ChatGPT, all that it is doing, it's doing what we call a probability. It's guessing.
It's not perfect.
It not really. See, the AI, the system, the ChatGPTs, the cloud code, and the like, they have been trained on millions and millions of text. So what they have now, they have this big brain. It's called a neural network, huge brain. And the brain has all these text within it, trillions of them. So when you go in, you say, I am Seth, what this brain is looking for is what is the probability? What is the likelihood? What could be the next word? You have used the autocomplete in your phone, right? When you try
Yeah,
to type the
yeah,
word
right,
and
right.
try to guess the
Yes,
next word.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. So you should like Google the way when you're typing stuff and it's trying to guess the words that you look
Where
at.
you gonna? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
AI is just like that, but at the very large scale, where it can get a little bit of. Some people can have a hard time differentiating it with what I just described as like an autocomplete that is like super
Right.
smart. But right now, at least right now, it doesn't have a mind of its own. I don't know. I can keep going.
Right. Yeah. No. 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 No.
I'm
No.
gonna keep going because you say,
Yeah. I
"What is
thought you were
AI?"
continuing.
And
I thought you were continuing. Yeah. So with AI, what is the dangerous part about AI, and how can cybersecurity play a defensive role on that?
right. So the danger of AI and how can cyber help? I'll tell you a few things. One, AI, it's not like cyber. AI is one of those like foundational technology. When I say foundational technology, I'm talking about a technology that influence every area of our lives. So the way you look at AI is the same way you look at the internet. It's the way you look at fire. There was time in human history where fire was didn't exist. And somebody invented fire. Now you can't really live without fire. It's like it's used for everything. So AI is one of those things. That's why you see it everywhere right now. It's because it's a very core tech that's going to touch on everybody's lives, no matter if you like technology or not. It's just like the internet. So
Yeah.
with regards to what cyber can do, in the cyber we do what we do best, and that is making sure that a company like OpenAI that has ChatGPT, that the bad guys doesn't get their hands on that brain, that neural network I was telling you about. So we make sure that is kind of a protected. The systems that we call those data centers, the data centers that this AI is housed in, that the bad guys doesn't get their hands on this. But a company, I don't know if you've heard about this one, it's called Anthropic. They're the ones that created Cloud Code. It's another AI that is like ChatGPT. It's very popular, very good one too. They created something recently, like 2 3 weeks ago, in cyberspace that is called Mythos, Mythos, and this was an AI that is trained on cybersecurity, and this thing is so dangerous that they refuse to release it to the public. And the reason is because it's able to find what we call vulnerabilities. It's able to find weaknesses into all computer code. See, everything we run, your phone, the things you click on, all that is code. Somebody
Yeah.
programmed that stuff. We're here, we're seeing each other. We don't got this is all code.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
what this mythos is able to do is able to run on its own by itself and look at these software, look at this code, and be able to find weaknesses. Now,
Mm.
imagine a tool like that in the wrong hands. So
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
did, they released it to companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, so that the people that are at the cutting edge of these things can taste it, and making sure the proper guardrails, the proper controls, proper security are in place before they let this loose to the public.
Mm.
Yeah. So nobody is safe from AI. The only thing you can do, what I just told you right now, it's going. You also mentioned about the other part of AI, or the negative part of AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the biggest of them all is people are going to lose their jobs.
Mm.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. That actually had already started.
So
There's companies that
let
are
me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you a little bit. I mean, you said nobody's safe from AI. Can I elaborate for us for that? I mean, it's that's why I asked what's the negative part about this and how can cybersecurity play a defensive role in this? But you're saying that we are not safe. I'm not safe. Nobody's safe. But um, how are we not safe and how can we, is there anything we can do to be safe from AI?
right. So let me elaborate on that so that
Yeah.
folks don't get the wrong
We are
impression. Oh,
we don't speak technology. We speak kind of
that's funny. That's
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me double clicking into that. So
Yes.
when I say we're not safe, it's because imagine you trying to eat food without fire right now. Right. So it's like every
Mm.
food you eat has to be cooked.
Yeah.
Right. So when I say nobody's safe, I'm talking about this is so foundational. This technology
Yeah.
is so foundational that it will be part of all of our lives.
Mm.
Okay. We're not there yet, but in the next 5 years, 10 years, we might be having a different conversation. Where AI is right now, it's where the internet was in 1990. When this guy, he's still alive actually, he invented the HTTP that I was telling you about,
Yeah.
the one we use at the web. He actually
Yeah.
invented three things that changes the internet. And back then, if you say anything about the internet, it was like, what? You
Yeah.
done? Like, you telling me I can? So that's where we are with AI right now. But AI, it's like 10 times bigger,
And it's
because
growing fast.
very fast. So when I say we're not safe, it's because there are jobs that are going to be eliminated by AI, where AI is
Mm.
just gonna do that work, and there are jobs that are going to be augmented by AI, where a lot of what you're gonna do will be done by AI, and you as the human gonna just do what the human could do or will do. We actually have a term for that now. It's called human in the loop.
Yeah.
And there are jobs where they're they're just it's just gonna be just AI. Right now, they're having conversations about a UEBI. That's the universal basic income, where if a bunch of these jobs are gone because of AI, we just need to pay people universal. I mean, a universal basic income, so people can kind of get by. But we're not there yet. I'm not saying we're going to be there in the next 5 years, but
Right.
the
But we're
speed,
heading there.
yeah, the speed which we are, yeah.
It's very fast. It's very fast. I mean,
Well,
it's
let me also give you this
yeah.
perspective, because in the US right now, every month, 16,000 jobs are being lost due to AI right now,
Every month.
as you and I are speaking. Companies like Cloudflare, like Coinbase, if you do some crypto stuff. Even last week, they just lay out like 1,000 people. Facebook made list goes on. So right now, it's coming for knowledge worker, people that work with computer and that use their brain.
Not with the basic workers, like
It's starting with the knowledge worker,
okay, but we can
and
head there. Yeah.
and eventually, it it will catch up with the other area as well. But
Yeah.
what I wanted to share with you was in the U.S., because we have this capitalist economy
Yeah.
where companies can basically do whatever, um, it's not really regulated. The reason why I say that is because, like a week ago in China, China introduced a law. They signed that into a law where companies
Mm.
can't just fire someone because of AI.
Mm.
Okay, they told the companies that if this person's job is going to be eliminated because of AI, you need to
Yeah.
train them, or help them understand what the AI is going to do based on their role, and then what they're going to still do again based on their role. But just come out of flat and just say we're going to be cutting heads because AI is going to be doing a lot of this work now, or one person can do what five people used to do. That's what is happening in the US. But again, I can see companies or countries regulating this, coming in and saying,
Mm.
no,
Yeah.
time out. Let's not go that route.
Yeah, Walmart. I've seen in Walmart and many other big stores that they are also having machines that clean. It's that literally in about 5 years or 10 years, we're not gonna need cleaners in our buildings, in our work. Working place. But yes, it's starting with, as you said, with people using their computers and their mind, their knowledge. But again, it's kind the what scares me. It's coming fast to the point we're not able to control it. I mean, some people are, but we, the little guys here, the guys with no money, the guys with no influence, it's too fast for us to the point where we are going to, we're gonna find ourselves being controlled by AI, and we don't know nothing about it, and we not know how to control it because we just gonna be laid by it. So also it's, as I said, I'm using it. It could be dangerous, but it's also beneficial if you know AI. How can this be benefit to us?
Right. Right. So this can be benefit to you in in the way that you want to get involved. You're like, what does that mean? What that means is whatever you do right now, like I said, AI is going to touch every industry. So whatever you do right now in your own work, you need to start looking at what are some of the things that I do repeatedly.
Mm.
Stuff that you do over and over and over again, and that stuff is not, let's say, physical. Like you don't have to get up and do it with your hands. It's stuff that you do maybe on the computer or what have you. Well, those things you need to start thinking about, how can I use AI to do this for me?
Mm.
That's where we are right now. That's the stage we're on right now. The people who are being let go in some cases are, the folks that are not doing what I just told you. Because if I work for you, Mr. Seth,
Yeah.
and I am a videographer, I edit your church videos and I put in the B-rolls and all that good stuff. And then one of these days I come to you, I tell you, hey, do you know what? It used to take me 7 hours to download the videos, to edit them, to put the text and all this stuff. I just learned there's this tool that can generate a B-roll for me of the church, and it only takes about 10 minutes. And then I also have this other tool that helped me put all these together, and then it kind of give me a rough draft of the edit, and it only takes about 1 hour. So now the work that used to take me 7 hours, I can get it done in about 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I come to you, I tell you that kind of stuff. You're like, great. We were thinking about letting people go, but you are going to stay here, right? And we're going to give you more work to do because now you have additional free time. So
Right.
all I'm trying to say is whatever you do in your life, whatever you are involved in, you need to start figuring out how can AI help in that way.
And can you make money with AI?
That's like the only way to make money now. With AI. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Folks in technology, they're becoming billionaires and millionaires. There's a guy, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, just got him for like $17 billion for just an
Wow.
AI he started like 4 years ago. And this is a
Wow.
kid. He's like 22, dropped out of MIT, and now he's doing that. So if you have an idea, okay, okay, let me say this because this will help someone. Okay,
Yeah.
if you are an expert on anything, like you truly understand that area, then you should definitely use AI to create a product in that area. The issue used to be you're not a programmer, and people trying to
Yeah.
shy away from I can't program computers. But guess what? That problem of programming is the very first thing that AI have solved. Right
Mm.
now, anybody can be a programmer. So you run churches. You've been running churches for years and years and years. You probably understand the kind of a system you would love to have for your church.
Yeah.
So now maybe there's a lot of other pastors that will that maybe are having the same problems as you have had in the church. So you can literally go to something like a Codex out of OpenAI. It's actually like a programming AI tool, or Cloud Code, and then you literally just described what you want in English. In the programming world, there's this guy. His name is he's like the grandfather of AI right now. He's like really good, and he recently said, this is last year, he said that the English language is going to become the programming language. Like English is the new programming language. So in tech, you used to learn C, C++, Python, Ruby. Like there was a bunch of different programming language where you had to memorize all these different syntax and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. And people were like, I'm not doing that, right? But now,
It's enough for me.
yeah, if you run the church, you can literally go in if you fully understand what you're doing. Tell this tool, hey, create this program that's gonna do this and do this and do this for me, and it's gonna create that for you. And you can tell it, hey, I want you to create an API to this, and then hook this up into the App Store. And the next thing you know, if you can do a little bit of marketing, you go to the other pastors and be like, hey, look at this thing. It's pretty good. Would you pay $30 a month to use it? And like, absolutely, I'll pay $30 a month to use it. So that's the economy we're going in, where
Yeah.
because programming now has become a commodity. It's not just for those super geniuses that went to MIT. Anybody, if you truly know your area, you can use AI right now to create any product and start selling that.
So meaning you can create a business through AI.
That's like the only way, but I probably should say the only way. But that's one of the that's one of the way right now that is
Probably the
very
most
in demand.
effective way. Let's say that way, maybe. Yeah.
And this is the other thing. Folks like to run these small businesses. And I'm probably going to get myself in trouble by saying this. But the issue with having a business that is geographical is because you're very limited for that area. If I have a store where I say close, unless people walk by and walk in, I'm not getting a customer.
Right.
Meaning customers are the people in that area. So if that area have, let's say, 1,000 people, those are my potential customers. Now the internet, when you add AI on top of that, gives you the whole world as your customer. So people should completely forget about creating these local businesses and start thinking about how can I create something on the internet. Literally, Seth, other than real estate, internet have created the most millionaires
Yes.
in the
Yes.
whole world. And now AI is doing the same thing. There are two kids. This is before YouTube start cracking down on this. All they were doing literally was get a voiceover using an AI tool. It's called 11 Labs. Do a like go to a chat bot like ChatGPT and be like, hey, draft me this news, and they go to this other AI, will read those texts. They will grab that audio. They will go to another AI that create visual, that create videos, and they link that to that A to the videos, and voila, they uploaded that to YouTube. A faceless video. But because they were
Wow.
doing topics that are in demand, like super popular topics, YouTube pays a lot of money for those things. But unfortunately, right now, YouTube and all these platforms are cracking down on this AI generated content. But the people that did it starting like last year or 2 years ago, these guys are millionaires. There's no doubt about that.
Wow. Wow. So, and you also mentioned that English is going to be, the AI language, pretty much. So that we should be learning if somebody that doesn't speak English. I mean, if you are watching this, pretty much you speak English because we are using English language here. But for folks who have, siblings, family members that don't speak English, you advise us that we should, encourage them to learn English, or we should try to help and teach our folks English.
Well, I tell you what, Naval Ravikant said, and this is
Yeah.
another guy that a really great internet mentors. He said a lot of stuff that's really really good. He said eventually, in the end, everybody in the world they're going to just speak two languages, either Chinese or English. Right. So and
I can't
when
speak Chinese. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to learn that language. That language is a very hard
but
language. I mean, it's just
there is billions of these people, and they have a huge influence in the world right now. But really,
wow.
to answer your question is
Yeah.
yes. Even when I talk to some of my folks in Africa, these the younger ones that are trying to do better. That's like their first requirement for me. It's like you got to do everything you can to learn this
Yes.
language. It's an international language. It's a language of sales and marketing. It's spoken pretty much everywhere around the world. There's no you not speaking English, unless you're like like you are our parents. Okay,
Right.
but if you're still capable, you have a functioning brain.
If you are 50-year-old and under, come on. Come on.
50.
Yeah.
I don't know about 50. I told you I don't want to get myself in trouble. But
No, 50 is young. To be honest with you, 50 is young. Okay. 60 and above, okay, that's a little bit old. But 50 and under, come on. Come
yeah,
on. Come on. It's,
yeah, no,
yeah.
no, so if we're being real, you got to.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot of knowledge that people miss out because of these language barriers. A
Not
lot
just
of
knowledge,
books,
opportunities. Yes.
yeah, but I'm sorry about that. A lot of books, really, really good books, are written
Yeah.
in English. So if you
Yes.
love knowledge, you love to consume knowledge, unless you speak English, then you you missed out. But to your point, everybody got to speak English.
Yeah, and I think our countries, we started earlier speaking how Africa is, because we're not there yet, in our minds, in the way we do things. I do believe if we can try to influence our people in Africa to speak English, to learn English. I think there could be a lot of many opportunities that could eliminate this poverty that we have, especially in Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya. I'm speaking East Africa because that's where I'm from. I don't know about the West. West uses a lot of English there. And Rwanda they eliminated this French language. They are now using, English as official language. But I don't know about Burundi yet. Probably there's this use French. But again, I think, as you said, I do the same thing to my church leaders in Burundi and some other people that I speak to, family members and friends, that do all you can to speak English. Do all you can to go to school. Find somewhere they teach English. Go learn English. You will have a lot of opportunities, and a lot of things you complain about. Oh, I don't have money. I don't do this. I don't have these opportunities. With English, you will see that you have a lot of opportunities right in front of you, right there in front of you, and it could help you boost up your life.
Yeah, yeah. We tell that people in cybersecurity quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've mentored some folks, some kids from Tanzania. There's this one kid that makes me very proud. Right now, he's in Saudi Arabia. When I was talking to him about 3 years ago, kid is very humble. He's like, "Hey, sir, help." I'm like, "Okay, let's do this, let's do that." But he has that English language knocked down. Like he has
That's
that
good. Yes.
English, dude. So
Yeah.
to your point, there are a lot of opportunities online. The I don't know if you've been in Africa, but I've been to Burundi a couple of times, and I think right now they're teaching Kirundi, obviously, Swahili, and there's French and English. So the what's the the language of the world is English. When you speak it, it does open doors for you.
Yes.
I'm not saying you kind of get hired on this on that, but all I'm saying is even where you are located geographically, this is probably not a great message. This is a message we should be saying in Kirundi because I think most people who are in
Yeah.
Burundi or Tanzania, if we say this in Swahili, can benefit from this. There are some opportunities that are outside where you are geographically that you can take advantage of. For example, when you take a look at things like Fiverr, um, I know of like few people that their whole living is off of Fiverr.
Yeah.
So and so on and so forth. I remember with the company I ran a cyber training company called Cyber Pros, and I spent a lot of time trying to find what we call a TA, teaching assistant, like a helper.
Yeah.
And my original hiring was for the people that are outside of the U.S. because I don't have to pay them all these other. Yeah. So, but the two people that I found, one of them we like went to school and college, and he was speaking pretty good English, but it was very not trustworthy. Again, I'm going a little bit of a out of the
Yeah.
topic, but
Yeah.
but the whole point of me saying this is to say that when you speak this language, you're not locked into where you are geographically. You can go
Yes.
you can go anywhere, and you can work depends on your skill sets. You can work for anybody that can potentially hire you globally.
Yeah. That's really good. Good evening, Reverend Matthews. He said hi to us. To you too, the guest. So
Oh,
yeah, good evening, Reverend Matthew. Thank you for joining in. May God bless you so much. And I think even in our churches, if if you are listening and you are a pastor or you are a business person, you have a store. We have a lot of Africans, stores, grocery stores. They stay African food and things like that. Uh, we I'm gonna be in trouble for this, but we really need to change this mindset. There are some languages we are. Okay, as my guest said, most of our businesses are limited to our community. What do you think you're gonna be a millionaire limiting yourself to this community? I'm sorry to tell you this: our communities are not millionaires. We are not. I'm gonna be giving you that $2, that $10, that few dollars, and things like that. So when we are doing these businesses, limiting ourselves in this, especially in our churches, we are using Kirundi, Kinyarwanda, Swahili, and this and this. Okay, we do translate, but I think we gotta find another way to kind of expand. And by expanding, English is the only way. As we are speaking about AI, sometimes in the future, AI is going to take over in our churches, in our businesses, and things like that. If we don't know nothing about it, especially if you don't know English, but how are you gonna know anything about it if you don't speak English? So it's really important we kind of let's get out of this mindset that we have built in ourselves, or culture. I'm not saying to take away your culture. You can still act Burundian, you can still act Tanzanian, you can still act however you want to act. But again, don't limit yourself into one standard. You gotta come out of that bubble and explore what's out there. And without without doing that, things might be a little bit hard. You spoke about, I mean, okay, we talk about AI, Mr. Francois, and but some of us might not know where to find this kind of technology that we can use for us to to use for our businesses, especially small business people like me. I run a driving school. I run a store that we sell general stuff, online and of course here physically. But well, where can we get those tools to kind of help us if we gotta go on the internet and try to find things here and there?
Right. That's a hard question because
Yeah.
there are a lot of different use cases,
Okay.
and I can't tell you this tool is great for this, is great for that, because these tools are constantly changing. The best place would be to start with what is known, and what is known is the chat GPTs,
Yeah.
uh, the Gemini, the cloud code. But again, it depends on your use case. The thing about these technologies, Seth, is they're designed to work how you want them to work. In fact,
Yeah.
last year they introduced what they call skills,
Okay.
which means these, we call these models LLMs, large language models, the chat GPTs, the cloud code, the Gemini. And right now, the stage we're on with these AI is that you can give it a skill, so it always it always acts as what you want. For instance, let's say that you need somebody who can answer your customers, like a customer support.
Yeah.
Be like on your one of your store, you have a chat feature on the website, and you want someone to be responding to the people that visit your sites. So you can integrate that with one of these models that I just mentioned, where you give it this skill, you train it basically how you want it to respond. You
Yeah.
give it some kind of documents where you said before you respond, we as a Kaburungu.com, these are our values. These are things you should kind of make sure you're mimicking as you're responding to our customers.
Okay.
And then program your AI so that it knows how to help you better with your use case. Now, one thing that is happening now, Seth, that is driving everybody in technology space crazy is what they call agents. We're not talking about AI anymore. We're beyond AI.
Right.
Is a three-year
Right.
old technology. Now they have agent. It's called agentic AI. What is this? This is an AI like technology that not only you go there, you ask, hey, I want you to generate this image, then it generates that image. No, this goes beyond. It can act, it can plan, it can think. Basically, you go in, it's like giving an AI hands and legs and let it walk.
Wow.
That's the stage we're on right now. So we have these AIs where if you connect it to your bank account or maybe your email or whatever have you, it can always be responding to those emails. You can literally go in and say, "Hey, I want you to book a flight." It's gonna search the cheapest flight. It's gonna go to your bank because it does have access to it if you give it access
So
to
I
it.
don't have to do all the work.
You don't have to do nothing. All you say, I am Seth, I'm traveling on this date, I'm going to this place, book a flight for me. And it does everything for you in like seconds. It finds you the best deal.
Wow.
Again, you have to have given the skills I'm talking about. Where
Right.
you say,
Right. Right.
yeah, every time I ask you to do this, I want you to do these skills for me. And it's getting so good that 5 months ago, 6 months ago now, a guy, I can't remember his name, he released something that is called Open Claw.
What is that?
OpenClaw is an AI assistant agent. You can put that in your computer, and this thing can do things for you. I would tell you because it's a little bit early and I'm in cybersecurity, so I would just tell you it's not where anybody can start using it because
Okay.
there's a lot of flaws with it if you don't know what you're doing. But it's so good where you can literally tell this thing, you can program it on your phone. Every morning you can tell it, I want you to or go on the internet, find out the latest news, and then every morning at 7 o'clock, I want you to give me a summary of what I need to stay up to date to. And every morning it doesn't miss a bit. It doesn't miss a day. You can tell, hey, I want you to save. These are all my accounts. I want you to figure out the best way to save me some money. And the thing is, these things are they have access to all the knowledge in the world. So
Wow.
they're w- after these agents, the next thing for
I think
AI,
I'm gonna be lazy in a few days because I'm gonna start using those.
you got to. But the the next thing is what they call AGI, artificial general intelligence. What is that? Well, that's when we have an AI that's basically smarter than any human alive. All the PhDs walking around, they can't come
Yeah.
close. And it can
Wow.
basically do anything. It knows everything and all that stuff. And that we're not there yet. Folks are saying maybe the next 2 years we might be there. But with the way things are, with what I just described to you with these agents, it feels just a little bit like that because you can really ask anything. I'm not a lawyer, but I want you to do this for me, and then he just does it for you. But to your point is this: you don't need to become the expert now
Yeah.
because we have this artificial brain that knows everything. Our jobs is to figure out what you're good at, what do you truly understand, and to let these things help you. Yeah, that's the stage we're on. A lot of us in technology, that's what we're doing. But the public is gonna get introduced to these things because right now AI is like 1% globally
Right.
adopted. We
Right.
are very early, very very early. There's a lot of opportunities, and there's a lot of people that are gonna lose their jobs. A lot of people that are
And
gonna
I
make
think
a
this
lot
is
of
the right
money.
time to start learning.
There's
Yeah.
yeah.
Which brings me to this question. If someone wants to train on AI, do you have any advice on where they can go? And I do see a lot of these advertisements here on Facebook here and there that you can learn AI by using this coursive website, this and that, and it's some are scams and some are real, but how can someone watching this and then they are very interested, they wanna go about this, how can they do you know any places they can go? I know you have a school which I'm gonna ask you about that in a few minutes. We have about 19 minutes for our live today, but where can we go to get training?
Right. Well, have you heard about YouTube University?
It's everywhere. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So no,
Yeah.
the knowledge is free.
Yeah.
Knowledge is free. You really don't have to pay anybody to learn anything at all. Like I own a training company, but everything I teach, you can find it for free. It's on the internet there somewhere. I
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
in the old days because I didn't had a chance to go to these very popular schools like the Harvard and MIT and Stanford. Then I overheard someone mentioning that, hey, you don't really have to go to these schools and pay $100,000 a year to go to study there. But what you can do, if you really, really want to learn like what they're learning, you can go on their website, look at the curriculum, right? Look at the books they use, and then you just go buy the books and start reading those books. And I thought, hey, that's brilliant. So, but to answer your question, no, start with YouTube, and you don't have to go all crazy with this, right? Just become what we call AI literate, right?
Mm.
Know the literacy of AI. Understand the basics. That's all you need. Um, is to to get by on to today's world. And you were saying that right now it's like early. Like
Yeah.
anybody who's watching this, and then maybe let's say you don't do anything. 2 years from now, you will still be early. 2 years from now, but 5 years from now, probably not. 7 years from now, you probably would have missed out a lot. So
Yeah.
right now it's very early. There's really not much happening. A lot of what's happening is within the technology space where I am.
Yeah.
But if you learn anything and you figure out how to use it for your business, it's going to be good. It's early.
Where I've seen where Elon Musk is making these robots where they can be a wife to somebody, they can be something to somebody. I mean, pretty soon, I guess we're not gonna need this. we're not gonna need we're not gonna need each other. You can just use these AI robots, and they can just do whatever we want to do. I mean, we want them to do clean, cook, and things like that. Again, sometimes we're gonna find ourselves in situations where we are forced to do something, and we have no way out. And as our guests say, it's now. I mean, it won't be too late. It's just gonna require you to learn a lot at the same time in a short time. Where right now, if you start right now, it could be much easier as you grow, as you go, and for your generations, your kids, and your children. At this point, my kids, I can say they are more smart than I am because they use these tablets. I might need to use their device the guests gave us, because they speak things like, "Where did you get that?" It's just yeah, technology.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. With
scary.
robotics is coming. After AI is robotics, and
Yeah,
robotics will have a huge impact. See, AI is coming for the brain. Right? It's taking knowledge work. We call this white collar workers. Robotics is gonna go after the blue collar workers, the people who a lot of our people in our community, they do what
yeah,
they
that blue
drive in
collar. Yeah,
trucks, right?
yeah.
Hey, they have built cars that drive themselves.
Yeah.
If you live in Texas, you probably have seen those robo taxis where they just drive you anywhere.
Arizona, Nevada, California. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, do they have trucks that do that? Absolutely. Now, some of you may argue, oh, but there's a lot of nuance around driving, and it might not take it. Look, they're gonna start small.
It's a
They're
matter
gonna
of a
start.
time.
Let's go from this part to that part, and let's go from this part to that part. And the moment they start catching up, they're just gonna do like what is happening in our space right now, where they like, okay, maybe we don't need these many people driving. We just
Right.
can use few, and over time, things happened. But if there is a kid, or if you're listening to this and you have a kid that wants to learn stuff, that
Yeah.
maybe likes technology, you should definitely start getting them into things like robotics. The- That and AI is the future.
Yeah. It's gonna make money for the family. It's gonna probably help the mother, not to do a lot of work at home if the kid can figure out how, since they're becoming lazy nowadays, they don't want to do some chores at home. So maybe they can.
No, I'm saying to the level where maybe they learn how to program these robots. Maybe they learn
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
be
yeah.
like engineers, and they create the parts of these robots, and yeah, because the traditional education, it's also being hugely disrupted with
Yeah,
AI.
yes.
So that's why I say these two areas. There's a couple of them, but those two are pretty safe, at least for now.
Yeah. I mean, we talked a lot about, AI, about cybersecurity and things like that, and how we can protect ourselves, and of course use this for our own benefits. It's all about learning. It's all about you. Our guest really spoke something good at the beginning. You gotta get out of that comfort zone. You gotta get out of it. Just try something out. And to be successful, it requires you learning from, outside of what you know. You gotta go, no matter how hard it is, pursue it. And that's that's what I want to try to do here, to give us whatever knowledge we can do through the podcast. Have many guests as I can to kind of elaborate and kind of give us what they know here and there. I'm a businessman, and to me, I do believe that some of you guys watching might not believe in capitalism. I do, and whether we like it or not, it's many countries, communist countries right now, some of them are doing well, but some of them are leaning towards capitalism, where everybody, have to make their own money somewhere. So you gotta be a businessman somewhere. I don't really, I don't really believe in someone working for someone. It's okay to start with, but come out and make your own money to the point you're not gonna be worried, am I gonna get fired tomorrow? They're gonna fire me next year, and then now you start, wondering, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do to feed my kids, to feed my family, do this and that. So now your whole life become chaotic, and now you get, things change dramatically. But if you own a business, you have a knowledge in this and that. You have security in financial situation where you can not worry about this and that. And that's where AI comes in. And that's why also cybersecurity comes in to protect what you're doing. Again, as you become right now, your bank is okay. But when you become a millionaire, yeah, you might need, yeah, that protection.
Yeah, call me when you become a millionaire. Call me.
Yeah. What do you have? If you are watching this and you have a question you want to ask our guests, you are more than welcome to do so. We have 10 minutes. But with these 10 minutes, I want to give this to our guests. What do you want to tell our viewers, something that is in your heart that you want them to get out of this?
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with the people that follow your show, but just gonna generalize it.
Generalize, yeah. It's mixed. It's a lot of mixture. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Um, Back to what I started with, and that was there's no growth in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Um, everybody that we see and we call them they're successful, they have started somewhere.
Yes.
And that somewhere might be where you are right now. That somewhere might be where somebody you know is right now. The thing that I've learned, at least for me, is keeping making yourself uncomfortable is the secret to success. Like you can read all the books. I have a little library over there. It's like over
Yeah.
100 books, but you can read all you want. You can do all kinds of stuff, but fi- finding a problem. I probably should say a problem, but finding something that you feel like you can do. You don't have to enjoy it. You don't have to like it. Most people say,
Right.
"What you forget that's trash." Right? Finding something that you kinda can do and just focus on that, and don't worry about who you know is 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of you. Forget that. Just focus on that thing that you are working towards. And what I learned is the biggest problem is to try to learn from your own mistakes. Early
Yes.
on, when we got started, I told you about mentors. And I've mentioned the word mentors about 10 times.
Yeah.
There's no me where I am without these people
Without
who've been
somebody.
there,
Yeah.
done that, that were able to hold my hands and be like, hey, kid, what do you want to do? I said, I kind of like that. Hey, look, this is the shortest path to that, what you're looking for. Like, so what are the steps that I need to take? Take step one, do this, step two, do this. Then I just, follow those steps as well.
And if I may interrupt you there, Mr. Francis, I think that's where we struggle a lot. Many of us, we don't want to be mentored by someone, uh, taught by someone, because we have this kind of a general mentality that that person cannot teach me nothing. Whatever you might have some kind of whatever, disagreements or I don't know what's going on, but it's this mentality that we have that I don't want that person, I don't want this, and that's how we stay poor, and that's how we stay in this complaining mode life that we are in. Have someone to mentor you, to kind of be like a father to you, where they can walk with you through your success, because they've been there, they've done a lot of mistakes that they are going to teach you not to repeat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, unless you're gonna live 1,000 years where you're gonna make all the mistakes and you learn from them yourself,
Yeah.
yeah, you should learn from the people that lived before
Yes.
us through
Yeah.
books, or those that are still alive. You should reach out to them and seek for guidance. I found that to be the kind of the secret to success. When I say success, I'm talking about successful means different things to different people.
Right. Right.
So, so all I'm saying is, once you decide that which you want to do, there are people that are doing amazing stuff at that thing. Find them, reach out to them, and no matter how many no's you get, where they tell you don't bother them, because when somebody's doing their thing, they're doing their thing. But no matter no's you get, if they're really, really that good at their stuff, you got to keep bothering them. You got to
Yes.
keep reaching out to
Yes.
them. And you
Yes.
don't reach out to them like you're begging them. Don't do that. You reach out to them offering them help. For right now, if I go to Seth right now, I tell him, hey, Mr. Seth, I want to help you with your podcast. Let's say I want to be like the greatest podcast of all time. I go to Seth, I'm like, I'm going to help you with your podcast. I know you use Riverdale for this, but here's a better platform. And once we're done, I can upload this, I can edit this. You think he'll say no? Absolutely not.
No.
Everybody loves to get helped.
Right.
And what I learned is, if you're in a place where you need to be helped, the best way to get helped is by offering a service to people. It's by going to them, not that you need something from them, because they don't need anything from you.
Right.
You're the one that needs something from them. So
Yes.
you need to act like it. You go to them, you tell them, look, I am new to this. I love everything you've done. I would like to help you if there's anything I can help you with. And so far, that have kind of served me really, really well. Years ago, years, we're not in that boat anymore. Years ago, but that's the best way to get mentors. But for what you just said about people not wanting to be helped, I can't really comment on that. I think the only thing I would say is results
Yeah.
speaks for itself.
Amen to that.
If you see someone who's doing what you want to do and they have it there, it's in your eyes.
Right.
If you keep saying, that person probably didn't, you either you're a hater, you're an envy, and for that, that's not gonna take you anywhere.
Yeah.
If
I.
you got to be willing to kujishusha chini, yani kwicisha bugufi. You got to
Yeah.
be willing
You gotta humble
to
yourself.
humble
Absolutely.
yourself. There you go,
Yeah.
and seek for help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Francois, you run a school. What do you do with your school, and how can people join you if they get to know what you do and how it can benefit them?
Right. So I run a school. It's called Cyber Pros. Obviously, we've been doing this for years. I started
Yeah.
off teaching regular cybersecurity classes, but right now, as I was telling you about AI, we're fully involved with AI.
Okay.
We also want to stay ahead of AI. So what we do, what we specialize in, it's called AI governance. It's how do you govern AI? All
Mm.
these companies are deploying AI. Their users are using AI. Seth is using AI in his
Yeah.
business. But
Yeah.
how do we govern that? If there is a law in the US, in the EU, that is knocking on the door and asking Seth, hey, you're using this AI, is this AI complying with this law?
Yeah.
Seth might not know. So Seth will need people that come from our training to help him comply with these laws, comply with these regulations. So that's the focus. I don't recommend it to a lot of the people in our community because the folks that come through this are the people who are already in this space.
Mm.
If you've been doing a little, you are a professional in some setting,
Yeah.
then you can come to us and we kind of help you add that cherry on top, which is AI governance, and then off you go. You become the hottest. When I say the hottest, these people are very much in demand.
Probably businessman, people who are running businesses of some sort.
Right. If you're running businesses, absolutely, we can help because we can teach you the kind of governance systems you need to put in your businesses. Now the training does have a business side of the training where we train teams. Like companies will bring their entire teams to Cyber Pros, and then we run this training very much customized to that company, depending on their needs as well. But that's what we do. But in general sense, what I want to do for our people and hopefully, folks that are listening to you, is offer guidance and the mentorship. Right? I really don't want, unless you are in tech already, unless you know somebody who's in tech already, I don't
Yeah.
recommend I don't recommend joining my program. Um, but I would like to help your kid. I would like to help your brother, your sister, if they have interest in this space. I'm telling you, Seth, a few years ago, I should have started with this, but I'll make it quickly.
Yeah.
We we went to these conferences, these cybersecurity conferences. You could not find black people in these conferences, let alone Africans. Black people.
Anybody with my color was
I'm
not there.
telling you, like
Wow.
this is one of the few years. This was a conference of over 40,000 people. People are coming out of the world. It's called DEF CON. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Coming out around the world, and you can barely find anybody that look like you. Right now, obviously, it's a little bit diverse, but the people I see, the people that are coming to my training and programs are Nigerians, people from Ghana, right? And so I want to see more of our people from East Africa, from Kenya,
Absolutely.
Tanzania,
Yes.
Burundi, these people
Yes.
getting involved in this space. And if I can tell anybody, hey, this is the path, follow this path, and then you got to be able to follow the path.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
if I can do that to your brother, if I can do that to your sister, to your child, there was a dad that reached out to me not too long ago and be like, I want you to do this for my child. I'm like, is he even willing to speak to me? Because there's kids these days. But that kind of stuff, if anytime, I know you do a lot of for the community, but anytime there is, maybe you can organize a little bit something because I know a lot of people know you, and
Yeah.
then maybe I can shed a little bit light of this space so folks can potentially get their people involved.
And why do you think our East African folks are not involved enough in this technology world?
Well, Nelson Mandela said, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, for them to get involved, they have to be exposed to it. See, they are involved in truck driving,
A
They
lot of
are
them.
involved in a lot of these other things. So that's because maybe they are
African
talking
store,
about,
grocery stores, and selling that kind of
they have
stuff. Yeah.
friends that talk about this and they talk about that. And when you look at something like what I do, you look at that like, oh, no, no, you have to be super, super educated. Look, in our space, if you know what you're doing, you don't even
Yeah.
have to have like a 4-year degree or 5-year degree. Like they literally, they just care about knowledge. Do you know your stuff? Right. But um, the reason why I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong is maybe there's not a awareness in our community. When I say awareness, I'm not talking about the internet awareness because the internet was designed for entertainment. It
Like
wasn't
physical
designed.
meetings where you talk
Aha.
about it.
Where we
Probably we
organize
speak about,
people.
yeah, in our communities,
Right.
organizations, churches.
Similar way. That's why I'm not that much involved in these churches because you guys frustrates me to a big extent. It's like all the focus it's like completely different focus instead of
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you
I
got
think
that.
our churches are failing us. I am one of them. I run in East, I mean, I pastor in East African church, but I'm trying to get out of that bubble too. I'm trying to kind of expose my people, my community, to this, world, to this technology. This is where we are going. Whether we like it or not, we're gonna get there. And as it saddens me, as you said, that you receive a lot of Western, people, African, West Africa, Nigerians, Cameroons, and stuff like that, and probably some of the Americans here,
Right.
and it's really sad. It's just that we need to find a way our people to be involved into this. If you are listening to me, you are a pastor, you some sort of a community leader where you are. Doesn't matter, Congolese, Tanzanian, Burundian, and Rwandese, whatever East African country you come from. Let's start involving our people in technology, and this will probably help us. And some of our older folks might be against this, because they think technology is devil, it's evil, it's whatever that is they think. But come on,
I
it's
I I
but
I
they use the phone.
I,
Phone is technology,
I tell you
and they are
that's
really addicted to WhatsApp. Do they understand that WhatsApp is technology?
I tell you that's why they don't like the young minds in
Yeah,
taking leadership roles in these
yeah,
activities because but eventually that's what we need. Otherwise we're
yeah.
gonna stay in the dark. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you are listening, I mean, let's get out of this comfort zone that we have created for ourselves, and start using AI and start learning about AI. It's so we can earn money. And kind of boost our life. It really saddens me when I go to some states and I'm like, man, we've been here for 20 years and this is you stay here. What I mean is lifestyle. Probably that's what they chose, but I'm sorry. For me, some choices we make are wrong. This is for me. I'm not telling you should live how I want you to live, but
no,
it's,
sir, without cutting you off, and I
yeah,
know we're done, I blame a lot of that on churches. You people have failed us as a community. See, I can do something for myself and my family. Everybody's
yeah,
doing something for themselves and their family. But there has to be something that could have been done collectively as people. What can we show for that? It's
yes,
absolutely nothing. See, maybe I'm not involved in some of this, but it's
yeah,
zero that I've seen. So eventually, we're gonna have to figure out how can we collectively work together, and that starts with the people that means it. When I say people that means this, the people that do the work for the sake of the work, not because
Yeah.
they have some kind of agenda running behind, because they just want to collect this and just run away with it, and none of that. Where they're like genuinely, they have this vision where our people need to get to this stage. We're gonna move mountains if we have to, but we got to get to
Yeah.
this stage.
Yeah.
We don't have that, and I think big blame goes to churches. Um,
Yeah.
I will
I think no, you're right about
blame
that, and
you
I
guys
think
until the day I die.
no, you are right about that, and I just, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do to change this system, how our churches are running right now. It's unfortunate, but that's why probably we're gonna have to come up with a different, with a different way to kind of reach our communities. Because if you're gonna try to do this in our churches, they're gonna rebuke you. They're gonna rebuke you, and unfortunately some of our younger folks, they are tight with the older folks. They listen to them, they obey them. I'm not saying you should now obey your older folks. Obey them, listen to them, do whatever you gotta do. But again, we gotta bring them out of this bubble. We gotta show them where the world is heading. And I do believe God does not change, but again, we live in a world where it changes us, and we're not supposed to. I'm not saying we should. You can always be a Christian, but also, be involved, in this technology world, in this. And what saddens me, Mr. Francois, is that some of our younger folks, they are really hard to teach. They are really hard to talk to. They have this mentality where you want to talk to them about something. I got my own thing going on. I got my own thing going on. I got this. I gotta try this. They are not stable. Let me just say that they are not stable. And teaching someone who's not stable, guiding someone who's not stable, it's really hard, no matter what you're gonna do. And I know they are listening. They are young, 20-year-olds, 19, 18, some. They are not stable. Let alone they can sit in one place. They are everywhere. Like I was when I was young. I lived everywhere. You know me. You remember how I moved around and things, like I was unteachable. But I came to find out that's not who we want to stay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you-
Well,
yeah.
I I can comment on a few things very quickly.
Yes, absolutely. No, I know we are done, but I think I need to touch this. I need us to touch on this so our viewers can. We need to get out of this bubble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Quickly, one, I think the reason why you say they're not stable is because the foundation is not there. See, the
Okay.
reason why I blame churches with all my heart is because they were supposed to set that foundation. They were supposed to set that foundation. When these kids were young and their parents can tell them, hey, we got to go to church every Sunday. And they're like, yeah, of course. That nice clothes you buy me, I put it on, I go to church. That's where that foundation was supposed to be set. Now, the foundation is not there. So what can we do? Since you say, oh, there's nothing we can do. I believe there's always a solution. I believe in that. And what can we do? Well, one, we can start by what's that word that that person used earlier? Stop discriminating
Yeah.
against churches with each other. Because right now, and this is something that we have tried, right? And this literally broke my heart. This one time,
I worked on it for many, many years. I gave up.
you see
And
that?
it's
So this, you know what? I'm gonna not
yeah.
tell that story because these people might know that I'm talking about them. But
Yeah.
the point is this. The point is this. So right now, what I think is us, you and I,
Yeah.
we also need to stop blaming the old folks
Yeah.
and start eating with the spoon we have been given to us. Well,
Okay.
what that means is there's nothing that is stopping you and I to organize like a little something and
Yes.
then
Yes.
potentially get on the phone call with these people and tell them, hey, we have organized this and we want you all to come, no matter the church, no matter the background, come.
Yes.
Trying to push this to churches, that's not going to work. Like you say, you've tried, and I know I did a little bit of my part. But where we Tell
On that side of a note, um, let me. I just want to say this. Probably some of my Wichitans are watching this. I did something like that here in Wichita, where I tried to organize youth and from different churches, uh, and it did not go well. Why? Because some of the pastors started to think that I'm trying to get their members. My goal was not to get their members. My goal was what can we do here in Wichita so we can do better in our services, and also not just the services. How can we, boost our lives? Because it also, I do believe, as you said, it should start in our churches. That way we can show the world when we go to preach to them, look, there is a life in Christ. There is a life in Jesus. We're not just people who go Sunday to worship, to worship, to worship. Yes, we can play music, we can do this, but also there is a life. But these old folks, they think that we are taking their people, bringing them to me as a pastor. It might be a little bit hard. I mean, I will try again, but they're gonna be thinking that I'm trying to take their members away from the churches.
yeah, well,
That mentality, it's
I will let the pastors like yourself deal with that stuff. But all I will tell you is this:
yeah,
for a lot of other kids, like I was,
yeah.
who would have benefited from seeing a doctor coming talking to us,
Amen.
telling us if
Yes.
you want to be a doctor, here is the process. These are the path for you to become one. Seeing a lawyer coming talking to us, that would have, as a kid, that would have did something to me. Now, the the issue or the problem that I've
We're
seen.
gonna be in trouble for saying this, but I
I,
think this is why
I
I
don't know
did the
about you, but me,
podcast.
I don't care.
No, it's the reason why
I don't know
I
about
I
me.
wanted to start a podcast. That way we can have these comfortable conversations, and
Yeah,
I
right,
can
right.
reach out to many people out there. And that's why I want to do it this in English. Okay, I'm not gonna be using Swahili or Kirundi, whatever. Some of people try to tell me, okay, let's use it. No, we gotta get out of this. I want to reach out to younger generation, those who understand English.
Yeah.
I can use Kirundi in my church, but I'm not gonna use it here because I want to reach to you and I want you to kind of have a renewal of a mind. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, no, you're right. You're right. So
Yeah.
I was just saying that it, there's something about being a kid when you see somebody that looks like you standing in front of you, who's very successful, who's telling you this is possible, that
Yes.
change your thinking, that change the way you view things, and potentially it give you a face of what it means to be a doctor. Is that what it means to be a pastor? I can look at you and be like, that's what it means to be a pastor, just like
Yeah.
Pastor Seth. So where all the churches have been part of it, I've never seen that.
Yep.
And I understand when we came here, we came from the bottom of the bottom. It's not like we had our people who have already made it. I understand.
We continue that system.
But there's nothing that stopped us going outside of our own community, bringing these Nigerians in, bringing all these other people who are successful, who've been here, been into the system, who can short. See, when you see a lot of us who are making steps now, do you know the struggle we had to go through?
Yeah. Now, a lot. A
Right?
lot.
The kind of
Yes.
connections you had to build on your own, right? But that
Unfortunately, those connections did not come from my people. I wanted to,
exactly,
but
exactly. So
I
you
had to do research on my own and go out.
right,
It's
right. So that has to stop, and I think it's going to start with us. So we got to
yes,
get to a point
absolutely.
where
Yeah.
we need to stop pointing fingers. This is one of the reasons why I started teaching. And early on, there were people in our community that kind of got a little bit of that reached out.
Okay.
But even those that didn't reach out, I know at least a few that managed to go to school, start studying cybersecurity because they've seen me mentioning it. They didn't even know it exists. Right? So that kind of impact where if somebody right now is able to feed their family because they heard that, maybe let's say, I don't want to give too much credit, but maybe they heard that from me or they heard that from anybody.
Yeah.
That's what you want. So I don't
Yes.
get it. I don't understand why it's so hard for the the old folks and the like to understand that.
It's not just that. Also in our community, Mr. Francois, we don't want our people to be successful. I don't want Francois to be successful. So I'm gonna do what I can to not tell Francois anything. That way he can continue to be, dumb and stupid. That way I can have control over Mr. Francois. We need to come out of that mentality.
Yeah.
We need to see our people succeed, whether we like it or not. I need to see Burundians be millionaires in this country. Rwandese, Tanzanians, Congolese be millionaires in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. It will happen. It is happening, but
But they,
it's a
they are
fact.
getting information outside from our own people.
Yeah.
If I come to you, Mr. Francois, hey, how can I do this? I know you would, but there's some people who would not. They try to they would try to avoid that conversation. Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know, but they're gonna give all these excuses and this, so you will have to do this on your own. But whereas you have someone in your community that knows it, but they just don't want to give it out.
Yeah.
They just don't want to give it out.
Yeah. Well,
It's really
there's a,
sad.
I'll recommend a book. There's a book that talks about growth mindset and fixed mindset.
Yeah.
So when you have a growth mindset, I mean, we are running out of time, but
Yeah.
you're not limited to those cultural beliefs of if Francois is
Yes.
doing this, it's the reason why I'm not getting this. No, the pie is bigger enough for all of us. God is not stupid to create all of us and then not give us enough. So we all can eat from this pie, and
Amen. Yes.
yeah, this whole idea of if I tell you what you should be doing or what I know, you can do better or surpass me. And
That's
if
because
I
you don't want to land.
if I tell you what I know and then you surpass me, I should be proud of you. That means you did
Yes.
something that I didn't do.
Because
You are
I'm gonna
doing
I'm gonna
better.
also learn from you.
Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
better than I am. And that's not something to start like, you know, that's it, Pastor Seth. Let's not go there. I appreciate
No,
you
I think
having me.
we need to plan for another day. We need to plan for another day so we can speak about this. Because I want to speak to businesses, some of the Burundian, Congolese, and Tanzanians, and who have businesses and here and there, so we can get. I know my next guest is gonna be a white person pretty soon here. We will deep into this about the kingdom of God, churches, and also businesses too, and money. Because I do believe, for me, this is what I believe. If you are watching this, for me, God did not make us to just die poor in in this world. It's not. It's just. I don't have that kind of mentality that poor people will go to heaven. Yes, they will, but I also do believe rich people will go to heaven, and I also do believe that you should have a full life, because that's what Jesus said. Jesus said, "I have come so they can have a full life." What does full life means? I mean, you lack nothing. You have everything that you need, but without getting knowledge, like Mr. Foster said, I don't think you're gonna be able to have that full life. Thank you guys for watching. I know we have went over our time. It happens when you have a good conversation, effective conversation, and unfortunately we have a little time. But Mr. Francois, if you will allow us to come back next time to deepen a little bit about this to our business, people in our communities who are doing businesses and things like that. Some of our people are doing trucking business. grocery stores, markets, and some other businesses. Some business I don't want to mention here. People lost a lot of money online. I think you know that story.
Oh,
Um,
and I hear the guy that took some of their money. His name Francois. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I was wondering. I mean, is that the Francois that I know?
Yeah, well, that's craziness. That's crazy.
Fortunately, it was not you, so that's a good thing. Because if it was you, I think I would have seen a lot of comments here. They're trying to.
Try to tell me to give their money back. That's funny.
Yeah, but no, and Francois, this is what people not having enough knowledge. That's what happened. People joining things and they don't have much knowledge about this technology. That guy stole their money because he knows technology than what they know, so he can manipulate them because he knows more than what they know. And I think that's why we having you, it's really important in our community, so you can help us kind of crack these things.
Yeah, that stuff. Oh God, um, there's two people that that are close to us that
Yeah.
were like, is Francois part of this? Like, no, then I'm not gonna be part of it. So the point is that stuff is so close to what I do professionally that even one meeting talking to people about how bad this could turn out from a technology perspective.
Yeah.
Forget the sweet talk of you add
Yeah.
this money, you get this additional money. That's all marketing. That's what marketing people do. They tell you
Yeah.
lies so that you can do what they
To
want.
lure you into something. Yeah.
Right. So talking to you from a technology perspective, where the the risk of you doing this and the probability, the likelihood of you losing all your money is high. And
Yeah.
then hopefully people would have understood that maybe that's probably not a good idea. Let me not do this. But again, folks are grown; they do what they want.
Yeah, and many folks did not speak English. That is the problem that we need to learn English. Why we need to learn English, Mr. Francois? What one more thing that you probably you've said it. If you have anything else you want to say, you're welcome. And then I'm gonna say the last thing, and then we close this up.
The last thing I would tell you, I would say the internet, since you brought me here as a technology person,
Yes.
the internet is a wild place. You got to be careful, protect yourself,
Yes.
and protect your kids. The internet is not designed for good things. We have good things on the internet, but it's not designed for that. That's why
Yeah.
you see crazy videos and all these other stupid stuff gets a lot of attention. That's what the
Yeah.
internet was designed for. So you got to be careful out there and uh, expand your connection. When I say expand your connection, make sure in your contact you have somebody who probably understand technology that you can run stuff
Yes.
to. Make sure you have somebody who's maybe a doctor, who is a lawyer, who knows various things, so that every time you get yourself in a situation that requires their expertise, maybe you can run that by them before you make a final decision.
All
I
right.
will leave your people with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, and if you're just joining in, our guest gave us a lot of insights, a lot of advices, and one thing I want to come back to is controlling our children with technology. With these tablets, I'm guilty of it. Uh, all of my kids have tablets, each one of them, all of them six. And I did buy a gaming system. It's one of my first son. If you get in his room, it's like you are some kind of somewhere. He have computers, gaming systems, and here and there. I mean, it's. I'm trying to make him happy, but at the same time, as I come to think about it, am I, or am I endangering him? Right? To him, it's happiness. But when I come to think about this, learning more about this technology, he's I'm endangering him. He's being exposed to this world that he's not ready for. I want him to be ready for it, but in a controlled manner. So folks out there, let's try to see how we can control our children with these tablets. And Mr. Francis said they only use the tablet 1 week. I mean, once a week.
It's once a week on Saturdays and is attached to their chores. If you didn't do your chores, you can't touch that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something we need to learn. You mentioned about the wire, the firewall that you have there. I might need to reach out, and kind of get more insights about it. I might need that in my house too, because mine, unless they are grounded, they use it 24/7 hours. But
It's called
yeah,
Firewalla.
it's
Firewalla.
firewall.
Yeah,
Okay,
Firewalla.
yeah,
Anybody who's listening,
firewall.
look it up. And you can just call your internet provider, get them to set it up. They might argue with you a little bit, but tell them they don't know what they're talking about. Uh,
Okay,
get
yeah.
them to set it up for you, and you will have an app in your phone, and you are able to control your own home internet from it.
I think that's what the librarians used to kind of protect the computers, where people don't go to these pornographic websites and this kind of stuff, um, or other things like YouTube's. I've seen some libraries where you can go to YouTube at all, because they kind of,
Their, their stuff
yeah.
is it's a little bit advanced. What I just mentioned to you is very easy. It's designed
Okay,
for home
right.
people. But yeah, the stuff you're talking about is what we do in cybersecurity.
Yeah, that's what we need. I might need to reach out for that. Yeah, but thank you for watching, guys, and may God bless you. And thank you to our guest, because giving us these 2 hours and a half. Oh boy, it's I was planning for 2 hours, but we kind of went 30 minutes into it. I know you're celebrating Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day if you are listening to me and you are a mother. Thank you for all you do. I have a wife. My guest has a wife. So we know what you guys do. So you know how hard you work for your families, your husbands, and your children mostly. So yeah, thank you so very much for everything you do for us, and thank you for watching. I do hope you come back again. We announce next time where we're gonna come back, when I'm gonna come back with our next guest. So please continue tuning in. Invite your friends to come. We wanna learn, and please ask your questions. Let's learn together. Get out of your bubble. Just be open, ask your questions, and move in. And pretty soon I'm moving into another technology where the TV people do. I'm setting up a phone to the point people can call, and then you can be heard on my live with somebody else with your questions and things like that, so we can help each other to kind of learn this stuff. So thank you so very much. May God bless you, and you have a wonderful Mother's Day where you are, husband. Yeah, do something for your wife. I'm hoping Mr. Francois has done something or is going to do something. Hopefully.
Well, you don't want me to say anything on that. All right. Yeah. Thank
I
you
mean,
for
you can
having.
say, if you want to. Yeah.
Well, she knows. It doesn't need to be said. But no, thank you for
Yeah.
having me. I think
Yes.
what you're doing, I'm going to give you your flowers because I don't know when we're going to talk again. What you're doing is
Thank you.
good, Seth. This is
Thank you.
good stuff. In fact,
Yeah.
I'd I'd give you a feedback of bring two different guests that
Okay.
have different perspective, right?
Yes.
Don't just push. Have open mind with something like this.
Yeah.
Have people that don't agree with you. Have people that don't agree with each other, and then let them speak their mind. I think collectively that's how we're gonna be better. Um,
Yes.
but
Yes. Yeah.
not just keep
Thank you for
pushing
that.
our
Yeah.
belief. So I
Yeah.
would love to see somebody who's running an African store and somebody who's having like a truck business company right here telling us what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, why they disagree with each other,
Yes.
why what do they agree with each other, so that everybody's doing something and we can all learn from their
From
experience.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for that advice. I think that's what I'm going to work on and see if they can allow me. Some of the people that have reached out, they're not comfortable yet. But hopefully, you can be comfortable if you are watching to come. Just as I said, let's get out of the Bible and have open minded so we can learn together. So thank you so very much. May God bless you and happy Mother's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you and I are still here.